I hope you're all well. Welcome to my channel if you haven't been here before. It's where I talk about twin flame process. These videos are going to be short videos just with a few cards for each sign for the month of December. I just wanted to do an intro. Just first of all say that you can contact me through my website. The description box below has all the details of how to do that. So if you wanted to get a personal reading or have a session, that's how you go about doing that. And also to say that I am going to be closing for Christmas period. So I won't be doing any readings between the 20th of December and the 3rd of January. And I can't be booking people in during that period either. So if you wanted to book something for December or for January, you would get back to me by, say, the 15th of December, because then I have time to book you in before I go completely offline and distance myself from email and don't look at my email again on the 20th of December until the 3rd of January. That is this Star Soul Tarot email, which I don't want to have to look at over Christmas. All right, so I just wanted to add that in. And I'm just going to, before I start with the monthlies, I think, will it be on every video? It will be on every video, and then it has to be on every video, so that's a good thing. Good. All right, so I just want to pull like 3 cards to give an overview of the month, because we've got this great big moon coming on the 4th of December, which is, I think it's super moon, and it's eclipse, and it's in the last of the row of eclipses or something like that. It's also in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is really representative of the galactic centre and higher consciousness, but in a very structured way. It is a mental, it's a mental energy, but it's also really, it's really thorough, right? It's like, it's kind of grounded. It's a grounded mental energy. So it's higher consciousness grounded into physical form through what is through Sagittarius, what Sagittarius represents actually, and in the tarot that is the Hierophant. So, and the Hierophant is the man of book learning and teaching and all that kind of stuff. But he's also very grounded. He's not like the hermit who's in a cave, just detached from reality and people and receiving wisdom that way. He learns from books and he learns from the human structure. So it's kind of like having a new moon in Sagittarius is a bit like having just brand new energy delivered to Earth, I would say, which is available to everybody in a very structured way, in a way that everybody can understand and appreciate and access. So it's not like some kind of ethereal new beginning that you get with this moon. It's more of a kind of like, it's a very strong energy of resilient energy, of kind of like matter of fact energy, of like making things manifest through kind of like the compliance of being in a human form whilst also attached to higher self, right? So it's a very real new beginning, basically, we're going to have, like real, like full on. It's not dramatic. It's more kind of like clarity, galactic center, right? It's more kind of like functional. How do I put it? It's more kind of like definite, right? Definite new beginnings. It's kind of like people saying things that they should have said for a long time, without any fear of saying it, from a very like human perspective, that kind of stuff. So it's a really important moon, I feel, right at the beginning of December as well. So everything from in the rest of December is kind of lead from that energy of whatever it is that comes into your life because of that. And it's also very masculine as well, so it's going to really apply to men basically, or those working from the masculine energy as well. Women, some very masculine women, that those are the people that are going to be receiving this, because it is galactic center, which means crown chakra, which means received wisdom from source, but believing it's not from source a lot of the time, believing that I've just realized, not like, oh, spirit just spoke to me, which is a different kind of understanding of receiving, right? It's more of a masculine way of receiving it. And with the masculine, it's egoic, right? So the masculine has to think that they thought it. And that's the thing about the masculine. It's like they think that they decided that or they thought that because they're working with ego. So it's very much like they're going to receive masculine energy in human form, going to receive sudden impulse from source, guidance they're going to think, oh, I've just realised I've got to do this, or say this to this person, or that kind of thing is what it's going to be. So and it'll lead on for the whole month, right? Because it's open-ended from there, because it is the final of eclipses, final. So that's it. We're done with those leading up to this, and then we move into that whatever comes from it. Let's get a few cards out. 3, maybe 4. I don't know. Let's see. Go with the flow, eh? Right. Queen of Swords, brain. This is interesting. Let me just get the others out. Okay. 6 of Pentacles, reaching out. That's making contact in the physical world. This is for twin flames. This is what's going to be. Healing. Knight of Pentacles, which is healing energy. Physical healing, but it's not about healing the physical body. It's about healing the mind. It's about being in a human body, right, and then healing the mind. What is healing the mind? It's not thinking. Setting oneself apart from one's thoughts, not attaching to thoughts. There's that saying, I think, therefore I am. No, actually, you're energetic, therefore you are. You only think when you're here. You're not always here. You're not always human. You're primarily vibration. You're primarily energy. You're guided by that vibration. That is your guide, right? So you don't think, therefore you am. The detachment from thought allows your guidance to take you where you need to go, in terms of like leading you to how to feel and how to materialize things into physical form, right? From that feeling. It's a detachment of thought. So, and that's really interesting, because when they're talking about this Hierophant, and it's a representation of Sagittarius, and it's a new moon, and it's a masculine, right? And it's a coming down from source through the crown chakra into the head, giving information to the masculine. Twin flames connected. They're connected on every level. They're connected through the physical body. Same things going on in the physical body a lot of the time. They're connected, and also because the chakras, the whole energetic system can be felt through the physical body, so that as well. They're also connected through the emotions and emotionally, and they're connected through the mind. And it's not just telepathy, but it's the fact that they operate in tandem, right? The whole function of twin flames is clearing the ego and moving into a level of higher consciousness as you exist in that in physical form. Very similar to what they're saying about everybody receiving at this new moon, right? It's the same thing. Higher consciousness coming into physical form. But with twin flames, it's the feminine that creates, right? The feminine creates the impulse in the mind, right? Which is why with all the stuff that we're taught with this, is that the feminine has to clear the spectrum of the ego. So that is a functional work that you act in as you are alive, right? So it's coming into awareness of what is thought, what is harmful thought, what is beneficial thought, what are the beneficial ways of thinking, what is worry, how do I worry in my head? Is worry merely being concerned with something, Yes, it is, basically. If you're concerned with anything in a way that does not feel good through your thought, then you are in worry, right? So the feminine is guided to create a new principle inside herself of the way that she thinks, she's attached to the masculine, or she or he is attached to the masculine in the other person, in the other twin, on a mental level. The feminine clearing that through the brain clears it in the masculine as well. That's how you both come to the end of the whole story, the whole journey, the whole process, because connection through the mind has to be cleared by the feminine. So, so we got that there, right? Queen of Swords, the mind of the feminine. That's what the healing is. It's the clearing of the ego in physical form. Of course, you've got to have an ego. I'm not going to discuss like whether we should have an ego or not. It's the worry, right? And it's the fear, and it's the finding things wrong with everything in the present moment. That's what we don't want. That's what the ego is. That's when the ego is in control of your experience, right? So, and that's, you don't, it's got to be guidance that's in control. This two people coming back together after a long separation is about vibration getting them there, not the mind. Resistance in the mind. 7 of Wands, resistance. 4 of Pentacles, now moment. Clearing resistance in the now moment. How do you do that? You stop thinking. Right? You don't stop thinking. So it's what people tend to do is they go, oh yes, I know, I'm going to stop thinking, and then they immediately start thinking again about things that it's not beneficial to think about. Or they say, well, yeah, I know that, but I've got to think about this because it's really, really worrying. So let me just think about this for another 7 days because it's really worrying, and then I'm going to find something else that I can focus on and worry about. But I know I shouldn't. Right, so that's resistance, right? So letting go of the mind, now moment, clears everything. Everything hinges on the now moment. So this moon, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to let Source do its job, basically. Detach on that moon. 4 Pentacles, now moment, particularly on that moon, 4 December. Detach from the ego, 2 of Swords, manifestation, magician. I think that's it. So that's what I've got to say about this moon. Anything else? And there we've got that person reaching out. So for those of you who are focused on reunion as the reason for the twin flame experience, right, and the inevitable outcome of the twin flame experience, you'll have whatever inevitable outcome you believe in because you're creating as you go along in your life. If you don't believe in it, well, you wouldn't have it. But you've got to, and you believe in it, you'll have it, right? So, what was I going to say? But you've got to let go of it to manifest it. Because hanging on to it and wanting it and looking at it not being there is a block to receiving it. Do you get it? There, King of Pentacles. Man-made manifest. So yes, that's what I'm going to say then about this moon. It's a time to detach from your thoughts, basically. And, maybe it's going to be a time to learn to do that for once and for all, right, on this moon. Maybe it's also going to be, what was I going to say, like automatic for some people, that it will just happen. And it will just happen. And as they said, it's the feminine, the mind, it works through the creation of what goes on in the feminine mind. It's not what you think about, it's how you think, right? And that creates the clarity. And then we've got this massive moon that is about, again, about the mind and about what comes through the mind of the masculine. So it could be a clearing point and it could bring reunion. But you're here to learn to detach from your thoughts unless you come into... unless you take on that work and you take on that responsibility and you learn to operate from a sense of no fear and no worry and not being in alignment constantly with fear and worry, then you won't bring in your own reunion, right? That's the name of the game. You bring in your own reunion by detaching from fear and worry, because it's the fear and worry in you that's the fear and the worry in the masculine. It's the same thing. Because you've got connection through the mind. So if you are fearing and worrying, not only will you not come into reunion, but they will also be fearing and worrying. And you will both be fearing and worrying forever. Resistance. So you've got to stop it, and then they'll stop it, and then you have your inevitable reunion. Right. Oh, right, I'm going now. Lots of love. See you next time. Bye. The monthly readings, December 2021 for water signs. I'm going to start with Pisces. They just show me the Queen of Swords in my head. So again, with you, it's about your mind in some way. I do feel like it's a positive. There's something positive going on that maybe you're not aware of. Let's see. The cards will say. Pisces. Oh, okay. They just said direct. It's like, it feels like you're going to be really direct with somebody, which might be a new thing for you, because Pisces are very normally loose and pliable, and they're not very direct. They're more like flowy and emotional. Right? So it might be a new thing for you. Let's have a look. Queen of Wands, vibration. And what else have we got? Knight of Cups, which is love and romance. And something that's out of reach, Four of Cups. One more. Nine of Wands, which is the end of a process of engagement as well. So this is a wounded warrior. So this is the masculine energy. Just noticing here, you've got this upside down, which looks like it means that something hasn't come in regarding that. So that could be a man. I would say it's a man, actually. A wounded masculine. And then here you've got the Four of Cups, which is about something out of reach. So we could be talking about this person, actually, that's out of reach. Something emotional, something that will make you feel good. Something that, this is also about daydreams and about dwelling in the realm of the magical, which is daydreams, basically. About dwelling in, your emotions. It's not a negative thing. It's just about, being in your feelings all the time as well. And feeling things, well, whatever they are, being at the will of your feelings. But this is a 4, right? 4s is grounding. So whatever this is, it's about grounding it this month. So it's about grounding a feeling, perhaps around this person that you're detached from here. Because look, you see this, they're not the same way facing upwards. So it's kind of like your detachment from this person is important this month as well. So I would say this, if there's advice here at all, it's to stop thinking about that person. If you think about what you don't have, you'll never receive what you don't have, in the sense of thinking about it or feeling that you don't have it. If you let go of that, instead you create from your vibration what comes to you, which is, look, drawing from vibration, Queen of Wands, which is love and romance. So it is, in a sense, kind of direct, right? Because here it's being in your emotions. That's what they said at the beginning, thinking about what you don't have. And in that way, it's always just going to block what it is that you're wanting to come in. If you think about not having it and if you're constantly feeling how it feels to not have it, right? So directness, how do you get what you want? You address your emotions, right? You already know what you want. That's created in your head already. So you don't need to keep doing that repeatedly by thinking about the thing that you want. You literally could think about it for 5 seconds 50 years ago and it can come to you. It's not about thinking about it repeatedly. It's, or you know what you don't even have to remind yourself. Some people just constantly remind themselves of what they want, which is actually saying, I don't have what I want, which is the same. It's just going to do the same thing. It's going to stop you getting what you want. And other people, and this is what they're saying here, Pisces, is constantly the feeling, how it feels to not have what you want, right? So it's like, and you can recreate that in yourself over and over and over again by allowing yourself to go towards those feelings and envelop yourself in those feelings of how it's feeling to you to not have what you want. It's just going to do the same thing. It's going to stop you getting what you want. How you get what you want is you change how you are engaging inside of yourself with your own feeling ability. So basically you just have to toughen up. There isn't any other way to put it. You will always know how you feel about something. You don't have to constantly remind yourself how you feel and be in that feeling, right? You know how if you felt it and you feel it and you know you feel it, you know you feel it. You don't have to keep feeling it every day, right? Um, Certainly not if you want to get it. You have to you let go of that as well. You detach emotionally. You're detached, and then what happens? You're going to feel good because you're not feeling the thing that you haven't got, right? If you feel the thing that you haven't got all the time, you're going to notice it's not there. So detach from it. That's what they're saying there. Don't daydream about it. Don't keep reimagining it in different ways, right? Just know it's going to come to you, right? This directness is in response to yourself, basically. Your vibration will bring it to you. Let go. Just let go of it inside your head. There, look, Page of Wands, which is spirit. Spirit guiding things. If you let go, it's like letting go of the reins of that horse. When you let go of your mind, right? You just let go of the reins and spirit's going to take care of bringing you whatever you want. Your vibration is spirit. That's the spirit. That's how your spirit guides you, if you want to call it that. It's your vibration brings you whatever you want. So that's what we got for Pisces. Okay, next one is going to be Cancer. Five of Cups, which is something out of reach, something that you want as well that's out of reach, something that you feel is maybe gone for good because you're not able to see it. Right? You can't see the cups that are behind him. You can only see the ones that are on the floor. In fact, he's not even looking at those. So something, it's like focusing into what is negative all the time in this card and not looking up and not looking at the sky or the trees or the birds or anything like that. And that needs to change. Five of Cups. Maybe it will change this month. We've got Eight of Wands coming out, which is about the movement of energy. How do you change things in your life? You look up and you appreciate what's already there. That's all you do. You just love what is already there. Whether you don't judge it as good or bad, you love it, whatever it is. So again, the last cards, the fire signs, talking about the ego, and the ego was wanting to have an opinion. It is completely opinion based. It will judge everything if it can, including the pattern on the carpet or the curtains. You know, everything. The colour of the cat outside, it will judge it. It will be like, that's more beautiful than that, and that's not as beautiful as that. And it just wants to always... That's not how we're supposed to respond to the present moment of our life if we want to bring in all the goodies that are in our vibration, right? It's like Santa's ready to fill the stocking up under the tree. But if you're focused on what is negative in the present moment and judging everything in the present moment, he can't stuff the stocking, basically. So you need to, what they're saying here is you need to look up and look around and start to just see the beauty of the world, right? And then those cups, sooner or later, those cups will fill up like Santa's stocking with all the love that you require, because this is what's coming in the vibration from focusing on the beauty of the present moment, whatever that present moment might be. And if you have to go, if you work your way up to loving the things that you would like to judge as bad or hard or difficult or wrong, then you start by loving the things that you can love. And as you love the things that you can love, you will evaporate the things that you don't love anyway, because you're loving something, and you will bring yourself more things to love, because love can only beget love, right? So love what you can love, and you'll start to bring yourself more love, and the negative things will evaporate. But this is a process, right? This is alchemy. This isn't just, it doesn't happen in the flick of a switch overnight. It's a practice, okay? Bringing yourself from the vibration. So you've got fear there, Seven of Swords. So if you're in fear, if you're worried, if you're in stress, you're only going to bring yourself more things that correspond to that energy. more things to fear, more things to worry about, more things to feel stressed about. It might be that you have them in your life, but it doesn't mean that you focus on them. Like they say, they will evaporate if you don't focus on them. Things will change. Focus on what you can love. I was going to say good, but no, because everything's good. Focus on what you can love. Six of Swords, let go. Let go of what you can't change, basically. Right? Just let go of thinking about it, and then you'll start to bring yourself. Knight of Wands. You will start to draw to yourself through the energy of love, right? So there's always something that you can find to love. That's basically what it's saying as well. So change the paradigm that you're working with and only focus on what you can love, basically, and teach yourself to focus on what you can love and to not focus on anything else. And sooner or later, the only things that are in your life are things that you can love, because it'll all change. 5 is change from doing that, basically. So that's Cancer. I'm going to leave that there. And what else? Who's next? Scorpio. Let's look at Scorpio. Page of Swords, which is the mind as well. Can be lessons around the mind. Can just stand for the mind. Quite simply the mind. Queen of Cups, go with the flow. That always stands for go with the flow. And the Sun, good. Right, so you've got here moving away from something mind-based, right, into better energy. I do feel a little bit of a let go needing to take place. Is there something like niggling you? I feel it's like a really little thing for a lot of Scorpios that needs to be let go of. Maybe it's a repetitive thought that's causing, is stopping things to come to you from the better vibration. Could just be a little repetitive thought, you know, because this is small things in the Page of Swords. Something that you tell yourself that you need to let go of. She's also letting go, right, and focus in a better place. Focus, when they say focus on feeling good, that means get yourself in a comfortable place around how you feel about yourself. Sure, she's a person, it's about self, right? So maybe there's some like little thought going around your head about yourself, something you don't like about yourself, something that you're focusing on that's not that you shouldn't be focusing on because it's something that you've decided is wrong with you, maybe, Scorpio, something like that. So just nip that in the bud, basically. Snip that off, whatever that is. Let go of it, and you'll achieve a better place of being. Nobody has to focus on anything that they find distasteful, right? The more you focus on what you love about yourself, the more you'll change yourself into who you really love. But I feel it might be about looks or something like that with some Scorpios. Maybe you're focused on something, you know, on your face or something that you don't like. But it's like you have to stop focusing on it in that way. And again, it's the same in the other cards before. It's like focus on something you love about yourself and the thing that you think you don't love will change. Let's have a look. 2 people. 2 of Pentacles. This is process as well. They're talking about twin flame process. So if you look at it this way, right, the feminine is creator of the vibration for the 2 people, right? And that is also really simple in that you cannot focus on yourself in negativity at all, right? Because that is only going to bring you more negativity. That's not going to get this twin flame, if you want to call it, the reunion, sorted out, because your negativity is their negativity. If you're inside yourself, it could just be a really small thing that you're still going on about, that you don't, you know, that you feel is wrong. All negativity has to cease. All negativity has to cease. End it. 10 of Swords. Look, end it in the head. There. Right? So that's it, basically. End it in you and you end it in them. And it's not about you have to end it in you so that you end it in them, because it's about them. It's about process. You want the end of the process, right? You want everything that's good that comes from the end of the process. That's why you have to end that. It's about you. And they are included as well. But really it's about you. It's all about you. Okay. That's it for water signs. Like I said at the end of the other one, that's other ones. I do readings, I do sessions, and my all the details are in the box below, description box below, and I do have a website which you can read, and you can then book there if you wanted to, and then send me an email with a question. So, thank you, lots of love, take care, bye.